This is Natalina Love, and I'm here with Rori Raye, our feminine energy genius. We're talking about power. Power comes up quite a bit. What does it mean to be a girl and actually have power, to be a powerful, receptive energy person? And actually, this is a comment that came in one of our recent conversations, is more of a comment really, but I think we can talk I think we all want to hear what you have to say about this, Rory, is wanting to be powerful with a powerful man. How do we recognize this?
Wow. All right, first let's define power here. Power to support, power to draw in, power to make things happen, power as a magnet, and power as an inspiration. They feel different, don't they? All those different things. The inspiration feels like I'm in masculine energy. No, it's all radiation from this incredible power source that is you. So let's divide this into a bunch of different arenas here.
Okay,
So,
there's one here saying power to create, co-creation energy.
ooh, power to create. Well, that is maybe the easiest one to feel. However, we keep blocking it, right? So a lot of this is just so we just stop the blocks and we'll start to feel it. But also know this, once you actually tune into how powerful you are, you're going to feel scared. First of all, you're going to start judging yourself. Why aren't I using it? Why aren't I doing this? Why aren't I president of the United States? Why aren't I, saving the world and, all this? Because that's our natural trained is to, brush ourselves aside. So I would say that the first thing about receiving from feminine energy is receiving the reality of how powerful you are. So let's just say that inside you, I'm going to make all this up right now, is this, but the soup of the feelings, well, that's sort of inside you. Let's make your aura. I mean, forget about the weirdness of aura or anything. Just think of when you're radiating energy, it's radiating out of you. So imagine how big that could be. I mean, this is just scientific. We all are energetic beings. We're all electrical. We're all letting out energy. And we're all taking in energy and impacted by energy, but we're all letting out. We all have these electrical senses outside of us. Well, we can like make them small, tiny, or we can make them huge. You notice how some people out in the world just seem huge, like Tony Robbins just seems huge. You like can fill a room that's like an arena, and sometimes you just feel like you can barely fill your bathtub in an energetic way. Well, let's not just say that those are those people are. Let's just say that Tony Robbins and I knew him because I was his roommate for a long time, is and he was not born and raised uh, in a way that is a natural builder of self-esteem. He was completely ignored and had a completely inefficient parenting. But something in him believed in himself. Somebody he met fostered that. And he just kind of kept doing what he wanted to do, literally doing what he wanted to do. He was actually, as most men are who are successful now, able to access his feminine energy, and the world accepted that. Men have no problem. They're operating on intuition and feminine energy a lot of the time. But these successful men also have a really strong sense of their own masculine energy and the doing part. They have a lot to teach us about how, if we could believe that this feminine energy was valuable, then we would allow it. But we've been told it's not valuable. And the men who are using it don't talk about it at all. I mean, look at powerful men who listen. They just listen. Like, You hear stories about certain men who just listen to you like you're the only person in the room. Well, that's feminine energy. They're not thinking about their laundry and they're not thinking about what they have to do next. They literally are present. That's a big word. And being with you. They have no place else to be. Well, that's the way we women are when we're with our child. It's like, I have no place to be but with this baby. Until the masculine energy, oh, I got to get the laundry done. I got to do this. I got to make dinner, gets in the way, right? So what has happened is we are taught to not feel the value of, I just want to be in this one place with myself, feeling all of this as a powerful way of being. So we ignore it and try to get to the doing part. Anybody with me so far? So what happens is we skip the whole feminine energy part and try to get to the shell. So it's almost like we forget the fire and this aura that is creating all of this energy, and we just try to get to the outer thing of what it looks like. Well, it doesn't work for us, right? Because it just doesn't work for us. It works for men, though, just great. But it doesn't work for us. So what we will, and they have other issues, which are their wants are different from ours. We want connection. We want love. We want to share. We want to be creators. We want to be part of the good. We want to be part of the zeitgeist. Men are more singular instinctively. They want power. They want territory. Okay? So those supersede how the heck they got the impulse to do that in the first place. So what we need to do is recognize this cauldron comes from, I want to be in this space right now. I want to look at your eyes. I want to breathe. I want to feel my turn on feelings. Oh, I don't want to just get it done. I don't want to release it. You know, orgasms are amazing, but the getting there and the processing through it is, that's the fun. That's where it is. You know, men are just like, getting there. Can I stay there and get there? We're in the tantra automatically of that process. We are process oriented. We want to feel the glory of this process. And we've come to believe that it is not powerful. It means nothing. Well, I'm just saying, take that back. So when you have that and you have your own sense of what feels right for you and what feels good to you and what you want to keep doing and what you don't want to keep doing, and you feel loose energetically and you're shaking out all the stuff and you just feel, and you're able to be there and literally connect. That's where the power is with a man. That's it. That's so powerful. It's like he'll stop everything to be in your presence because all of a sudden he can breathe. All of a sudden he's out of the crazy shell and he's into his being. I mean, men want to be in their hearts and souls too. They just have no concept. And it's so interesting that so many of the gurus all through history have been men finding their inner selves. Well, we women are already there. We just had the ruler hit on our hands and said, no, 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 don't do that. Do this instead. So we just need to go back to this power source. Just think of this energetic self that you have, this state of being that you are in, this emotional, vibrational space as the power source. You're the generator. You've got a generator here. And men are instinctively attracted to that because their inner generators are completely not accessible to them. They literally don't know how they feel. They can't say it. It works for them in a way. And when they hear it, they trust it and they go with it. But mostly they can't talk about it. They don't know why. Tony Robbins can't say what he feels. He can only say, do it this way. He says, do it this way. So much here. I'm hoping I'm pulling this together. So the power source inside you, powerful man who is president of a corporation, okay? Doesn't have a lot of time, but busy, busy, busy in his head, running people, being a leader. Learn to listen because he can't have been successful without that, but is not in touch with himself so much maybe. The second he meets you, who's not trying to be like him, those women are a dime a dozen for him. All the women around him who want to be like him, not interesting. He wants to be with a woman with that power source to be there, to anchor him, essentially. You're an anchor. You're an anchor. And he's just there. And in that process, a truly powerful man can also hold space for you to allow this power to come out and you to be global powerhouse also. I mean, look at George Clooney and Amal Clooney. Powerhouse woman, powerhouse man. When they're home, I'm sure she is in her feminine energy self. She's even in her feminine energy self when she's speaking. If you've noticed that, how she's talking to the world, she's very soft, very soft. So power, and you can be that out in the world, but you still stay with your power source. You're not just disconnected from it and just doing without being connected to the source. Men have missed the source. And when you are in a big business, a corporate business, if you stay in the source of you, they will all gravitate towards you. They will all be interested in you. They will all want to talk to you once you allow that to be your state of being that informs your decisions and all the other things you choose to do, the power of how it feels to you. It will shift the energy in the room all by itself once you start practicing that. And powerful men will allow themselves to sit back for a moment and let you do stuff out in the world. I think Pink is one of my favorite people. Her power out in the world is humongous, what she does. Have you seen her documentary, how she runs the group and still stays with her kids present? And her husband is not anywhere near as powerful in the world, but he's with her because he doesn't see the power that she is in the world as some kind of threat to him. He experiences it because she's also powerful in her source, in her feminine energy that she gives to him. She's not alienating herself from him. So that's it. I mean, you can tell I'm kind of working through this. So the difference between being a powerful woman and not being able to be with a powerful man is that you're cutting off your feminine energy, and no powerful man wants that. Doesn't want to be with another man unless he's gay. Even then, gay men who are powerful and in their masculine energy want to be with gay men who are in their feminine energy. It's got to be polarity. The only kind of men you're going to attract from your masculine energy are your polar opposites, the feminine energy men that you can't stand, the ones that don't know how to make a date, who can't call you, the ones that, the musicians and the painters who are just musicians and painters in feminine energy, not musicians and painters and also in their masculine energy where they can hold space for you. It's really a good word, masculine energy. Men should be able to hold space for you. My husband and I once did a workshop, and one of the things was drawing stuff. We were both drawing ourselves, and I was drawing myself. I was like this, just kind of ragged and crazy, and because I wanted to see what he was do. Right, it was my masculine energy, and what he did was he kept making circles around my stuff. He kept circling my stuff on the big thing, and then I went okay, and then I just started to draw flowers, and then I drew a bird. And then I drew a cloud, and then I made a heart, and he just kept circling me. And I looked at him, I said, "What were you doing?" He said, "I was holding a space for you. I could feel it. It just was holding the space for you." That's that's how it works. Does this make any sense to you? I kind of want to be specific. I want to get feedback here. So your power comes from your feminine energy, and out in the world, in the workplace, you have to be in that energy. If you're going to run for president of the United States, you can't stand on the podium and act like a masculine energy man. Nobody will hear you. You have to wear a pretty dress that makes you feel good or something soft. You have to speak from your heart. I mean, poor Marianne Williamson is a woman, but every word that comes out of her mouth is from masculine energy as far as I can feel. I love her and I love what she's saying, but it's hard to be heard when you're a woman speaking from your masculine energy. People don't take you seriously. As soon as you are heartfelt, no matter what you're saying, people listen to you. Make sense? So this is what we're all about.
Oh my gosh. Oh, these conversations, Rory, each and every conversation, I just never know what brilliance we're going to hear, mixed with like imageries and little snapshots of things that we have come to love and work with and know. Little cameos of this tool and this concept. Oh, I just want to be here forever.
Me too. See, I love this platform because it's not really a masterclass where I've organized it. And when I say organize it, I do all this spitting out of things and stuff, and then I just gather it together into 5 steps, 6 steps, 10 steps. It feels good to me to make sense of it. Order feels then good to me. It's like, oh, I could do this first, then I could do this next. Oh, then I could do this next. That feels good. Trying to decide what the points should be and then fill them in just makes me want to throw up, literally. So if you're stuck in that in your life, making your talking points before you've checked in with what feels good for you, we can reverse that. And then men will start to fall all over you, especially in the workplace. It's like, I tell this story over and over and over again. Uh, One of our great coaches was a firefighter. And I'm just not going to use her name because I don't have express permission here. But as a firefighter, dropping from helicopters, firefighting in the wilderness, and she was the only woman in the platoon of men. And her story, and this is not rare, all the men followed her. They just always looked to her. Where do we go next? As though she was an animal that knew where the fire wouldn't be. That makes me cry. That she knew. They trusted that her intuition would take them to the next place where they'd be safe. This is serious fire with you're wearing the mylar over you while the flames go over your head. And they followed her. And this is true for all women who want to stay in their feminine energy. And this is a powerful woman, physically as well, physically powerful women. We could talk about tennis players and Olympic stars and what it takes and why so many of them have male coaches. Doesn't that make sense? I'll be my feminine energy. I'm a man. Tell me what to do. Somebody in their masculine energy. Anyway, please, back to any questions, or maybe this is the end of this one. And
I think we're out of time for today, and to honor your time, make sure that you get to your next appointments on time. Just thank you so much for being here with us today, and, well, I think we're all hoping to see you again real soon.
you will.